Today, we're going to talk about the two methods that hackers use to break into organizations. Stay tuned, you'll be surprised. So first one is what we call a people failure. Whether it's an administrator, an engineer, someone that's operating a system will have some sort of failure over that system. Now the other part of that is some sort of technical or system failure. When we talk about a network or a firewall or an appliance of some sort, will be some sort of technical failure with something. I guess it all falls back down onto a people failure. Someone has to administer the network, someone has to administer the firewall, someone has to administer X, right? So I think it's really important that we need to understand is who is administering it, why are they administering, what are they administering, what are they going to do to prevent it from ever occurring again. The other part of that is the system failure. So when we talk about system failure, it could be an operational failure or it could be some sort of technical failure. A firewall might not pick up some sort of filter of some sort because the admin guy didn't put it in correctly. So it's usually a combination of those two or some sort of combination of both. We need to understand and first identify what are the controllables within the organization, both internal, external. Are there any hidden measures? Okay. Then we need to identify what are the actual uncontrollables to that. Natural disasters or malicious threats. Threats will keep coming, right? We can't stop that. That is an uncontrollable. We have no control over that whatsoever. The things that we do have control over is our internal appliances or external appliances. We're working with a service provider or we're working with a software vendor or whatever the case may be. There's some sort of parameters or controls in place. We do have control over that. We know what the situation is. We know how to control it. We know what to do if something happens. And then we talk about positioning. When we talk about positioning, we're talking about how first and foremost do we actually prevent it from occurring. Then let's worry about how do we mitigate it. And then we'll worry about recovering and taking a snapshot of that and recover it with speed. And as you do, your phone goes off while you're recording this. So apparently we've got no exit rows left for our flight. So that's what we're talking about is our positioning. So we talk about preventing first and foremost, we talk about mitigation, then we talk about recovery. And then when we recover, we want to recover with speed and efficiency, that we've backed it up, we understand, we know when the last backup was, we know the process around how long it will take to recover and bring the organization back up to a standpoint again, so back to where it was. So they're the 2 points of how hackers actually obtain into a system, how they get access to a system, both ethically and unethically. It's through some sort of people failure. Let's talk about people operating the system, or some sort of social engineering attempt, or some sort of social exploit, or even just an administrator not doing his job correctly. Then we talk about the technical component. It could be some sort of technical fault with the appliance. It could be some sort of either an administrator not putting in the right access control list, or filters or BBDU guard on a switch, or whatever the case may be. So there are two types of controls. It can either be one or the other, but in most combination it is both of them. I hope that's answered some value and added some questions. Any thoughts, comments, feedback, would love to hear it. Yeah, and awesome. So done. See you guys next week.